Chapter 0. Heading to the school trip. Bryan's giving me the look of what the fuck? It would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular. Just when you thought a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time it happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me, it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun. So I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent. Detecting irregularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. How boring. Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You look like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right?
And every fangirl wet their panties.
Ships. Ah, that's right. That's it. So this is a ship. You just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was beginning to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile. But under that thin skin, I could detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who are already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Komaeda.
Go fuck yourself.
Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that? Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? Ah, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent. A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly... That's because I have luck as well. Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess, huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope's Peak Academy too, right? So, you're one of us? Ah, but that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? How boring. Sorry. I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation.
Because you suck.
Not you. This world. Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They are profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, the world has come to a deadlock. The world has stopped evolving. How boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Perhaps, does it have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world. Not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me a certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right? Listen well. Using people is a talent, too. It is now my turn to use that person, just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already... I have it with me.
What?
A contribution that person left to me. Even now it rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Then, will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much? Hate? Then, explain your hand. This? The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. After all, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted.
What?
Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I have successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy.
What?
I see. So you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know. Because she's my sworn enemy. Because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power. And for that, I... Wait. Huh? Do I hate her? Huh. That's strange. Huh? Huh? Ah, look out the window. We're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know, because I am loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There is no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? End. Bryan's giving me this what the fuck had just happened look. I would tell you, but that would ruin the end. Huh? What is this? It's a door. There's a door.
Who was in this before?
Huh, a door? Why is there a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Huh? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground. But then, why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before. When we were all gathered in the classroom, just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island?
Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely said it. He said, "Welcome to Hope's Peak Academy." But why would this place be Hope's Peak Academy? And not just that. What is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Welcome back. Even the school hallway doesn't feel like school at all. What a creepy place. At least, it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the funhouse. That's right. That's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go. I'll definitely clear things up. The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so I brace myself and cautiously open the door. Chapter 6. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo,
You heard the announcement it came here too, right? You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this was Hope's Peak Academy or something?
That cannot be possible.
Well,
You're
yeah.
right. Anyway, you look at it, it's impossible.
Hello! How does it feel to return to the long-awaited Hope Speak Academy?
Why, you?
Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time? What a shock! I just told you guys this is Hope Speak Academy!
Of course not!
There's no way in hell that's true.
No,
But it
no!
is! I mean, this is definitely Hope Speak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway? What's left of it?
What?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope Speak Academy fell to ruin.
lies.
You were serious about that?
Stupid fool!
But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserve to be ruined for. What do you mean?
I don't like this.
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went all this trouble to bring you to Hope Speak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone?
Don't fuck with me!
Enough of this bullshit. Just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard?
Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and...
In other words,
It means I made this Hope Speak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. What do you mean between?
Hey!
What do you mean, Maine?
What's this?
Oh my, are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fun to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment.
Entertainment. You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No
It's nothing to
way!
be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making a life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam.
Then, what is the graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate.
are you sure
But on
about
the other
this?
hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So,
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
Huh? We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here.
that's right.
This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
No.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet.
Main cast?
Hey,
Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives.
damn it.
So enough complaining already. Hurry up as I reach into the outside world.
What do you mean?
I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is going to hate me. So please rest assured and strive to do your best in your school trip.
And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, it was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey.
Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope's Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How do we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for there is no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island.
I said I wanted to go back. I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this.
What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Hope's Peak Academy? This is the Hope's Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What in the world is going on? Damn it! Why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. That has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. Well, I fucking lived, bitch. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why? Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Uh-huh.
Hey, bastard.
Now's not the time to zone out.
Sorry, it's nothing.
I
I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey,
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right?
If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, the situation hasn't changed one bit. Which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. It's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then We really were tricked by Monokuma?
However...
The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that.
Damn it.
Even if they're allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No. Even her just being with us would have been a big help.
So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been?
All right!
I'm gonna do it!
Prepare yourself!
Like...
Yeah. We might be able to learn about something. About Hope's Peak Academy. About ourselves.
Ah.
I don't care if we know anymore. We can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine.
Hey!
We can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course!
Hell yes!
He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is. What's happened to Hope's Peak Academy. None of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave the island with the others. We've sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we could stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island? He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey, hey!
So what are we gonna do? Can we start already?
But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building.
Well, I'm just gonna go on ahead for now!
Whoa!
Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However...
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives.
All right!
So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light.
If we stopped at green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez. You're pathetic.
Connie already took off on her own. It might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then, let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later.
With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me.
Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia!
Miss Sonia!
Please don't leave me! I'll be in danger if I'm left alone.
Please go away.
No, Miss Sonia, I have to be there to protect you.
Please stop holding my hand.
This is the closest I'm ever gonna get to human contact.
Hey, let go of mommy!
Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more. And it's going to end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance towards that hope. Even though I don't understand, and that's a lot of horrifying things that keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Alrighty, let's get the fuck out of here. First and foremost...
I knew you could do it.
What?
Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again?
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way that will make me back down.
This hallway. There's a strange feeling to it, no? It's as if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me?
Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way they're inside of a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building makes sense.
What's that?
What's this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons.
Manga for Morons, The History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma.
Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this?
Let's start with the history first, class.
Hey!
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person.
Just as I thought Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. Look at anything that might be a clue as to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by a cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy.
Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it is also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end.
Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of the manga. The tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidences really happened, right?
Oh, you're cool.
This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no. It'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. The department is only built to collect money.
I mean, reserve is in the name, so...
I was one of the Reserve Corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird.
Oh, you're here again.
The thing that's weird is you, of course.
Huh?
Hey,
Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too.
What do you want me to say?
by the way...
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were only one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself.
Huh?
You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase part of their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though.
Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it!
Come
When
on!
things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try and brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve course student.
Fucker.
Damn it! What the fuck?
Reserve department has been added. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is...
Manga for Moras, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy.
Huh. Wasn't the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in the other manga too? That's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt and it was a trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about the incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavily use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy.
I never would have guessed.
The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as the symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such a rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who is known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it had never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of the reserve court students, who had long been dissatisfied with how they had been treated. And an uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would become known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited, DanganRonpa 0. With a heavy sigh, I close the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy.
What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent.
Damn it. He always has to lead up to something offensive. He's seriously pissing me off. But, ultimate hope? Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said the reserved course students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. What the hell is this room? It's freaking cold in here! It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so we can get out of here already.
Hello.
I've been found!
There's another manga laying here. This time the title is...
Manga for Moras, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
I knew it. The next one is obviously going to be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what is that incident really about? Might turn out to be something lame. I flipped the pages of the manga and hoped I was right. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrific incidents. The incident known as the biggest... that whole thing. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence.
The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger.
At first, the uprising of the Reserve
Corps students that triggered the event that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet. It began spreading and eroding the entire world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. Wanton destruction became their only goal, not wontons. Gosh, I'm hungry. No, I'm not. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon the weak formed factious to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world. A war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there is no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as the ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end.
My heart was racing in my chest, but I felt my body felt cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My friends, my family, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? What the fuck? Not even weebs are that crazy.
Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like eat candy.
Enough! What is with this messed up manga?
I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them for stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains.
This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you all the clues are here are real?
Hello.
Please understand I'm rooting for you. If you don't want to learn of the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I don't want to help you guys. You can live the wildest lives in the outside world.
I see. So that is how it is. That's what he meant. That's what he meant by when he said at the beginning. Fuck. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning.
Well, as a headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you're going to be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabba Rock Island or stay here.
He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so I want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... No, that's definitely it.
The tragedy has been added.
Whether or not this incident really happened. What in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope Speak Academy to his destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. And if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they're actually able to do it, I guess that's why they're called the Ultimates. Then, are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use, I'm going to freeze to death! I'm at my limit, I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezer room.
Hello.
No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him. No, I want to click him. I want to click him. I want to click him. Let me click him. I want to click him.
Jeez.
When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. Glancing at me.
I wonder why.
It's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
I'll let you handle it. No one gonna deal with that idiot.
I don't want to do that either.
Too fucking bad, you're gonna do it.
Hiya! Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right?
What are you doing here?
No,
Well,
no.
there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for just telling you by word of mouth?
You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place.
A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots.
I'm getting real fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What did you need to tell me?
It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. What? Surprise! It's about the ultimate despair!
Huh?
Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days,
Actually,
it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive.
A high school girl?
yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima.
Junko Enoshima?
Hey,
As the former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor. And created the ultimate despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
unbelievable.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. That's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power.
Phew.
Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place.
So, she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat?
Huh?
Then what was their purpose?
Huh?
What?
Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Enoshima's despair.
Huh?
For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima.
What are you saying?
I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair.
What the hell?
With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds.
So essentially, Junko is a big boss trying to make out of heaven.
Yes, she is Big Boss trying to make out of heaven. Yeah.
And so, the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it be their own or anyone else's, was dictated by Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something they had to do.
There's no way something that crazy is possible.
What?
Do you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy?
Final days.
In other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history.
Hey, what do you mean by final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their roles as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the reserve department committed mass suicide!
Yeah! Remember in certain scenes of DanganRonpa 1 and Ultra Despair Girls, you saw all those bodies falling in the background? Say hello to the reserve department! Hello! That's all of them! Mass suicide.
What'd you say?
Bryan is walking away, grabbing the Monokuma bear and chucking it. All 257 students?
Oops, it wasn't all of them. I mean, one person was excluded.
One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it!
I don't believe it. There's no way I believe this. Ultimate despair. Junko Enoshima. Doesn't scare me at all. I mean,
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? Ultimate despair has been added. Reserve department has been updated. What does that mean? Did Fuyuhiko speak? Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Enoshima is really dead?
Huh?
What? You didn't see? There's a book here called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life, in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait, what was that you said about killing school life? Like the killings we were involved in? They were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape to the end of the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Enoshima is dead.
like...
Turns out that the killing school life is part of the whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students at Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy. And she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently, the whole thing has been being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast over worldwide. There's even a limit to be a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing.
So...
The students of Hope's Peak Academy were widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. They were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up! But that messed up plan has stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in a trap. And after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then, Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason for people to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter.
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? If Junko Enoshima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that. Imitation.
No shit!
If the students from Ultimate Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to them fake. But if this is really an imitation, are the surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere? Just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life?
Killing school life has been added. Ultimate Despair has been updated.
Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, you have a problem with that?
Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, well, I'll just raise the flag.
Flag? What do you mean by raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
Ooh,
One step at a time. You're getting closer to clearing my character out.
You're not making sense again.
Well now.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information from the outside and the inside.
Yeah!
I'll raise the flags like crazy.